Regardless of mood that Thanksgiving brings with it. You just got, if you want to get to understand of Thanksgiving, I go right to Psalms chapter 26, verse 7, and I get my Thanksgiving right there.
That's right.
I can read from 1 to 7, but 7 gets you right on spot. So we said, this is Thanksgiving to us. I'm not worried about no pilgrims and no Native Americans. As a Native American, last thing we do is celebrate the pilgrims come over here taking our land. So I got to find my place for my kids. I can't do that propaganda. The kids will get lost. You lose them. And like I said in Proverbs 22, if you don't raise the child the way they should go, they're going to depart from you. You start depressing these kids by depriving them of every little thing.
The identity of this girl remains a mystery, but her skull has answered a gruesome question that has baffled scientists for centuries. These cut marks are the first tangible evidence that the early British settlers in North America resorted to cannibalism. What does the damage to the skull tell us?
Well, the skull was fractured open by chopping. Right here is a puncture that was used to pry off the left side of the head. There are dozens of cuts on the face, in the throat area, to remove the tissues. The clear intent was to remove these facial tissues and the brain for consumption.
The girl's remains were uncovered last year at the site of a fort near the historic Jamestown settlement in Virginia. Archaeologists found her skull and shin bone dumped in a rubbish pit inside a cellar.
I walked in and saw the cut marks, and then it was a chill. It was a chilling experience. I wouldn't say, it's not like a ha-ha. It was, oh, really, this is grim, but it's significant.
The winter of 1609 is known as the starving time in colonial history. Instead of finding a new Eden, the settlers were faced with famine and took refuge in the old James Fort.
Within the fort, they lost 80% of the people that were there. And so within that, they consumed all of the animals, the horses, the dogs, the cats, rats, anything they could get their hands on, and then clearly resorted ultimately to humans.
Scientists don't know how the 14-year-old died, but they do know what she looked like. A digital reconstruction of her skull enabled this three-dimensional model to be printed. And it's now almost certain that this girl was not the only victim of cannibalism. Eyewitness accounts allude to others, and there were simply too many survivors who could not have lived without resorting to human flesh. Jane O'Brien, BBC News, Washington.
The Indians saved the pilgrim, and in return the pilgrim killed him. They call it Thanksgiving. I call your holiday Hell Day, cause I'm for poverty, neglected by the wealthy.